All right, now we're here with creating your initial marketing and setting up your social media. When you're getting your business going, obviously we need social media. We live in a connected world when it comes to social media and internet presence, but getting off to the right start or even the right restart of your social media now that you understand what's really going on is the most important thing. I remember when I first got on social media, when it first came out, I thought I was in my bedroom. Everything was about my opinion and what I felt and all the stuff that I cared about. And that may be the way that you've used social media in the past. But if you're moving to having a business and trying to create higher level things in your life, there has to be a way you approach social media with an awareness. You have to understand that Instagram is owned by Facebook. You have to understand that YouTube is owned by Google. When you realize these things and you look at them from a business standpoint and you look at it more like you're putting your commercial on the TV of social media, now you begin to create your social media in a way that says, I want to reinforce my brand. I want to reinforce the alignment of myself with my product by creating my social media. I think this is a very, very important step to take. And we have Master Instructor Mel Cordier here with marketing, PR, and your deep insights and wisdom. Can you please speak to social media and get your social media set up the right way when you're trying to start your business?
Well, yeah, thank you. So, like you said, getting your social media aligned with with your brand is everything. Tell I tell anyone who I'm consulting about their social media marketing, or even if I'm giving tidbits to, say, a public relations client or something like that, I tell them treat your social media as your storefront.
Mm,
Obviously, if I'm going into a ice cream shop, I expect to see rows and rows of assortments of ice cream. I don't expect to see everything just in a carton in the back in the freezer. It's like, nah, like, if this is what you do, I need to see that. I need to get a feel for it. Everything down from your branded color choice, from your logo to your handle. Handle is a really big deal for me as well, especially when it comes to social media. Um, a lot of people like to create businesses and separate brands for themselves, and they like to speak very, very um, inclusively um, on behalf of themselves, and they think it as a me, mine, things like that. Especially like when you have a business, it's always you want to speak as a group. You want to speak as us, we are, our. You want to use those plural possessive pronouns, and a lot of that kind of stuff starts, believe it or not, within the hand.
mm,
Um, so a lot of times, what I would recommend is if it's a group, if it's a collective of people, I'll try to say we or the group or a coalition or any one of those terminologies, for example. Uh, and I also want to recommend staying very, very staying clear of using too many extra characters, one underscore, one dot, things like that is just completely fine. If the name is already taken, try to come up with a different variant of it. Try to put a different word in front of it or behind it. But excessive underscores and excessive uh, dots and stuff like that, that stuff just kind of gets convoluted, and it really, really just looks unappealing to the eye, and it's a complete eyesore. And a lot of people will tend to write off your business, and they tend to devalue your business before they even learn who you are or what you're about.
So let me ask you this: is your social media account for your business the place for your political views and what you have on your mind all the time?
Absolutely not. I've had to spring into action, and I've had to do some crisis management, or I had to create a crisis management situation, even if there wasn't. But it's pretty much like, whoa, whoa, flag on a play. Certain things are absolute hands off, unless it directly affects your business. If
Hmm.
a political figure comes out and says, I don't like I don't like streetwear brands, and you're a streetwear brand, then obviously you don't want to call it out by name, or but you definitely want to make a statement saying, hey, we as a streetwear brand, we value everyone's opinion, but we're
Hmm.
going to continue to make streetwear. There's a method to averting most situations. Now, if you just completely don't like whomever's in charge, by all means keep that, keep that amongst verbal conversation amongst friends and family. You don't want to take sides, because at the end of the day, everyone's money is green. So just because that person may support whomever, they may support whatever athlete, or they may support whatever law enforcement, or whatever political candidate, they're still may be interested in spending money with your business and your brand. And again, up on the surface, treating your social media like a storefront. If I'm walking past a store and I see a poster in a window that just completely turns me off according to my ideals and my brands, I'm not even gonna walk in there and look around and say, "Oh, I wonder what type of shirts you will have in here." No, you've already canceled out a customer.
Cancel. What a word right now in these times, right? You could get
Exactly.
canceled, get your business canceled, your dreams canceled by just saying the wrong opinionated thing when it really wasn't even necessary. You have to start seeing yourself as a leader, not a follower, And so you have to lead the way, in a sense of, like you're saying, when we were talking about being alignment in the business, you have to start seeing yourself as somebody in the business and being a part of the community and how the community speaks to the public, so that your customers, who are the public, understand that, even if I'm feeling this certain type of way today about whatever I have going on in the outside world, I still can go enjoy my favorite products without having to deal with that as well. Or I can consume and enjoy this content without dealing with that as well. Be the escape from the things that are going on, and let your product be that escape, and your brand be that, escape to what person loves about you and what you're doing in that story, more than it is about what supposedly is the national agenda or the pop culture.
That at the end of the day, that's all it is. And then also, it seems not just with political, but also it seems with some of the social standpoints now, that's also become the grounds of cancel culture. And looking around, it's almost like with everything and everyone that's getting quote unquote canceled, I really have a hard time trying to register how some businesses still feel like they have free range to just go and just blab and tweet and post about anything that's on their heart. I mean, by all means, do what you do, but just know and understand that you are creating career suicide when you do those types of things. And I mean, it's been running rampant now for about 6 years. So it's just like at some point you have to pay attention to what's going on in the world around
Yeah, I mean, most people are still going to have an ability to enjoy your product regardless of how they feel about all the other stuff that's going on. If you are positioned correctly, and then you don't start making your own unnecessary exclusions, don't start moving yourself out of people's minds based on what someone else has going on in their mind. What other agenda is going on. As long as you view everyone as equal, as long as you feel like everyone has the right to enjoy your product, and then they, among their own behaviors, remove themselves or include themselves in the ability to enjoy your product, should be the methodology, instead of you starting to isolate certain groups and population sets because of something that you said. So it's very important to be mindful of your social media, especially when you're getting started out, and making sure that you're not bringing a lot of those old habits, not just when we're talking about opinionated stuff, but again, alignment. If there's things that you're doing on maybe your old page, or if you think you have a large following on your old page, you need to maybe go back through and remove some things that are no longer in alignment with who you're trying to become and who you're trying to be. Do you think that's smart?
you. That is 1000% smart. And the reason why, most specifically, is because, again, due to certain practices of cancel culture, people tend to dig up old posts and old tweets just to find out what type of character you are or once was. And we've seen it a thousand times at this point now. uh, Said pro basketball player. Um, he may be making a run for the NBA Finals. Oh, look, here's him, looking like he's doing some demeaning things amongst his peers in college. Now,
Yep.
granted, college is college. He's 18, he's 19 years old. He's trying to figure himself out and stuff, and he's going to make mistakes. But this day and age, a lot of people don't want to give you the grace of
None,
learning
none,
and figuring yourself out.
none.
So
And
definitely looking to backtrack once you're in that evolutionary phase of your brand and your business.
yeah, like I said, we're starting your business, but we're also restarting who you want to be in the public eye as your business starts to grow, as you become a business owner, as you become someone who is an industry leader. And that's where we're headed for you. We don't want you just to dabble or try. We're really trying to set you off on the right foot to be able to grow and scale who you are and your business. So thank you, sir, for your wisdom. And we'll see y'all in the next one.